Today, the head of the Texas foster care system admitted failing hundreds of kids, many of them living in state office buildings and hotels.
Those comments came in a hearing in front of a federal judge, the latest development in a decades-long lawsuit against the state of Texas over treatment of children in the system.
KXAN investigator Avery Travis has been covering the escalating crisis for months now, and she is joining us live with the very latest tonight.
Judge Janice Jack took the argument outside the courtroom and instead is asking for help from behind these doors. She told the Department of Family and Protective Services she is done fining and sanctioning them. Instead, she is calling on the most powerful elected official in the state, that's Governor Greg Abbott, for his blessing as they try to come up with better solutions.
I always wanted to be a father.
So when Jamal Edwards adopted a son, it felt like a dream come true.
There were so many beautiful moments along the way, but then as he got older,
his son was diagnosed with autism and other severe mental and behavioral health challenges, with outbursts that often put Edwards and others in physical danger. Eventually, he made the difficult decision to enter into joint custody with the state, trying to get the right kind of care, hoping to put his son in some kind of residential treatment center.
I was trying to save him from ending up in foster care, ending up in the care of a state department. And then that's where I end up anyway to ask for help. And even they would not help me.
Suddenly, he got an email from state officials. He had just days to pick up his son and take him back into care full time, or the boy would have to sleep in a CPS office building. His son would have become one of more than 500 children who've had to sleep in hotels or offices this year. State officials pointing to more than 1,600 foster beds lost after treatment centers closed their doors, many due to the federal court's heightened monitoring. The judge scolded state officials for trying to shift blame onto the lawsuit, COVID, and even the kids themselves for the crisis, reminding them those facilities were closed because they were not safe. The DFPS commissioner still argued they've exhausted every option, but the court repeatedly blamed the state for not planning ahead.
It's heartbreaking.
Edwards says he eventually made the decision to move out of state, trying to find better care for his son.
With all that I know and all that I can do and my advocacy abilities, then what's happening to all these kids that don't have parents at all, or have the parents that are neglectful or abusive?
The commissioner of that agency did acknowledge the need to bridge the gap between psychological hospitals and actually those residential treatment facilities and centers to help care for those high-risk kids. More often than not, those are teenagers. Now, the judge says she wants all the parties in this case to sit down and come up with a more workable solution, and she specifically directed the state's attorneys to get the governor's blessing. For now, reporting live from the Capitol, Avery Travis, KXAN News.
We appreciate you staying on top of it. Thank you, Avery.
Well, keep in mind, this is separate from the ongoing state case against the Texas foster care system in Travis County. We told you last week how a district court judge called on DFPS to create a task force. That judge fined officials for placing children in offices to sleep instead of in homes. The judge wants the money from the fines to start a task force here in Central Texas, and the deadline to have the task force running is by the end of this month. As of early last month, the DFPS showed close to 15,000 children in their care, and of those, the most were newborns to age 2. Ages 14 to 17 was the next largest group, and of those children, Hispanics make up the most with nearly 6,000. That's followed by Anglos and then African Americans. You can see more of the data breakdown with this story right now at KXAN.com.